All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here. I know it's been a while since it was just me and you. No Pat today. Yanks Av show comes out every Monday and Friday. But today, we are dropping a season awards video. So, going to run through the Yankees' most valuable player, Team Cy Young, most improved, surprise player of the year, reliever of the year, rookie of the year, tons of awards. We're going to go through them all. Stay tuned towards the end of the video for some updates on the channel for the playoffs. But yeah, let's get into it, starting off with comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year, Gleyber Torres. If you would have asked me in August who I consider the best fit for this award, it very likely wouldn't be Gleyber Torres, who, after putting up an all-star caliber first half, fell flat on his face after the break, which caused his OPS to drop from a very good 809 to a below-league average at 703. Suddenly, his Yankee future was in question again, and possibly due to midseason trade rumors that coincidentally aligned with his offensive meltdown. However, not only did he bounce back in September, he put up one of the best months of his career to date. Over 24 games to finish the season, the 25-year-old hit .323 with a .962 OPS, hitting 6 home runs while driving in 25 RBI. And while that wasn't totally enough to salvage his season, Gleyber still ended 2022 with a really solid campaign, posting a 4.1 WAR with 24 home runs, a .761 OPS, a 115 WRC+, all while playing impressive defense at second base, as his 9 defensive runs saved ranked third among American League second basemen. Surprise player of the year, Matt Carpenter. What if I told you that the Yankees' best offensive player this year wasn't Aaron Judge? While that would be incredibly misleading of me, it wouldn't technically be wrong. As we gear up for the ALDS against the Cleveland Guardians, we now know officially that Matt Carpenter will be on the roster, back in pinstripes for the first time since breaking his foot in Seattle in early August. That was as much of a huge blow to this offense back then as it will be a huge asset here in October. After all, if not for Carpenter's unexpected resurgence after being signed to a minor league deal by the Yankees, they probably would have added another bat at the deadline in addition to Andrew Benintendi. But Carpenter is now back, giving the Yankees a left-handed power bat off the bench who hit a ridiculous .305, .412, .727, that's of course average on-base slugging, with 15 home runs in just 47 games. As for what I said in the beginning, yeah, Carpenter's 1.139 OPS was even better than Aaron Judge's 1.13. Of course, Judge played 157 games, but let me have my fun. Regardless, though, there's no debate. Matt Carpenter is the Yankees' surprise player of the year. Rookie of the year, Oswaldo Cabrera. Guys, let me tell you, this award was easily the hardest. So with that said, let me give a little honorable mention to the runner-up, Tom's River's very own, my hometown, Ron Marinaccio, who had a phenomenal year out of the bullpen, posting a .205 ERA with 56 strikeouts across 44 innings, stepping up in an area that the Yankees desperately needed at times this season. So shout out to you, Ron Marinaccio. But with the performance put up by Oswaldo Cabrera over this last month, I have no choice but to give him the honor of the Rookie of the Year award. Before he even found his stride with the bat, he was already putting himself in the conversation with the defensive value he was providing. Having come up through the system as an infielder, the Yankees asked him to do something he'd never done at a professional level, play the outfield. And boy, did he play the outfield, all right. Despite totaling just about 200 innings at the position, he somehow managed to finish third among all AL right fielders in defensive runs saved with 9. Whether it was the great range he showed off or his unbelievable arm, Oswaldo Cabrera's defensive skills and versatility has turned him into what I consider a phenom, as exciting as Anthony Volpe, the Yankees' #1 prospect. As for his ability at the plate, after struggling early, by mid-September, he turned into one of the team's best hitters. Over his final 24 games, Oswaldo hit .296, .380, .580, with 6 homers and a .174 OPS+. Overall, he finished with a WAR of 1.4 and an OPS+ on the season of 115. And is going into the postseason as one of the more exciting and promising players on the roster. Oswaldo Cabrera is your Yankees Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Jose Trevino. His offensive numbers may have fallen off, but there's no question. Jose Trevino was a huge player for the 2022 Yankees. Now, I won't lie, I'm not exactly the most educated when it comes to defensive metrics for catchers, but first and foremost, what you immediately notice is his framing ability. Among all qualified catchers in baseball, Trevino ranked in the 100th percentile in framing. AKA, no one in the game is better at it than him, and that's an enormous advantage for a team, at least until the robot umpires are a thing. His 21 defensive runs saved led all catchers in baseball, as did his 1.7 defensive WAR. So after the Gary Sanchez era came to a sad close, Jose Trevino is exactly what this team needed. He is your Yankees Defensive Player of the Year. Reliever of the Year, Michael King. I want to give Michael King some love because he's absolutely deserving of it. Despite breaking his elbow in July, he still finished with the highest WAR among all Yankee relievers. Before the injury, he had put up a .229 ERA with 66 strikeouts over 55 innings, and there was some talk of Tommy John, but that has been since ruled out. The Yankees reliever of the year, Michael King, is expected to be ready to go for spring training next season. Team Cy Young Award, Nestor Cortez. While he won't be getting the ball in Game 1, that's Garrett Cole, there is zero debate. Nestor Cortez was the Yankees' best pitcher this year. After posting a 2.90 ERA in a breakout 2021 season, the funky left-hander cemented himself as one of baseball's best pitchers, going 12-4 in 28 starts with a 2.44 ERA, which was good for 5th best in the American League. I could go on, but it's pretty obvious, and I feel like it would be pointless. Nestor Cortez is your 2022 Yankees Cy Young. And speaking of obvious, let's wrap this video up with the Yankees' most valuable player, responsible for the most impressive offensive season in the history of the game, Aaron Judge. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to scroll through Aaron Judge's baseball reference page without finding myself in pure awe when looking at the numbers he put up this season. Knowing that this level of production was only possible for a player with the advantage of PEDs, or so I thought, even I, who for a long time, not to give myself too much credit here, I predicted Judge would break Maris, I could not have expected a season that rivaled that of Barry Bonds. After all, his 207 OPS plus is the highest since Bonds in 2004. His 62 home runs is the most ever hit in a season by a player who didn't take steroids, and will also end up being the Hall of Fame record, assuming Barry Bonds doesn't make it. A 311, 425, 688 slash line over 157 games is unreal, one I thought was not possible, all while representing the franchise without one flaw, holding himself to the standard of a captain, which he will soon be once signed long-term. Aaron Judge gave us one of the greatest seasons of all time, and I couldn't be more grateful to say I was able to watch. And while he was already on this path, he cemented himself as a Yankee legend that our generation of fans get to call our own. No matter what, my age group of fan base, I'm 22 for those who don't know, will never feel cheated out of a historic franchise that produces great after great. We got our Babe Ruth, or our Mickey Mantle, or Joe DiMaggio. And what's crazy is that he might just end up the best out of all of them when all is said and done. Aaron Judge is your 2022 Yankees MVP, the Most Valuable Player award. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Some quick housekeeping here on the channel, more so to do with the Yanks Av show, which, once again, if you're not familiar with that, me and my boy Patrick Hennessy, Monday and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, it drops 25 minutes of crisp Yankees talk. Now, with the playoffs coming up, schedule may get a little bit wonky. There will be a Monday episode this week, tomorrow if you're watching this on Sunday. Playoffs, though, after every single game, we're going to do an episode, so the schedule may not be exactly concrete in terms of, Monday and Friday, but you'll be getting more content than ever. I'll also try to do hop behind the mic myself and do a couple individual videos like this one. And of course, game highlights will be coming up too. I will let you guys know that there is going to be one ad in the ALDS. You can always just skip right past it. It's less than 60 seconds, and it's always right before the final out. So yeah, just keep all those things in mind. Drop a like on the video. I appreciate you guys so much. It's only a matter of time, I think, before I go full time with this stuff. So couldn't be more grateful that that's even a possibility. Not just yet, but I'm hopefully maybe before the 2023 season, because I want to put all my time and effort into this channel, the Instagram pages, which follow at Yankees Avenue if you haven't already on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, we're kind of really building a nice community here, and it couldn't be more cool, to do it in a Yankee fan base, one that's so huge and so passionate. And we're going into the best time of the year, October. Got my AL East shirt as ours. Shout out to Fanatics, they came through again. I was talking shit about them a couple weeks back. 2 out of 3 of my products so far, they've delivered before round 1. So props to you, Fanatics. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Let's go, Yankees.